When it comes to investing, you got to invest your money into something or anything that's outpacing what's happening to inflation. That's why just leaving your money in the bank account is not enough. What's going on? Listen, make sure you guys go to RunThePlayStore.com, get your official Run the Play gear. We talk about shirts, socks, jackets, for everybody that's Run the Play all across the world.
We're gonna run the play. Let's go. Do you know what it's like to come from nothing at all, but every day you just wanting it all? Do you know what it's like?
So listen, this just in from Entrepreneur. It says, we are all hurting. Restaurants are adding inflation fees to the bills. Several restaurants across the country are adding 8 to 10% fees to checks as inflation costs pummel the industry. So, you know, the bills are already high and they say, look, we're gonna add another expense to the bill. Here's what I want everybody to understand is that inflation is real, right? It's a real thing. But I also want everybody to understand in a time like this in the economy is to not get caught up in what the world is saying is happening, not to get caught up in, you know, everything that everybody's saying, because what you've got to do is we got to learn how to fight back, because guess what? Companies are adjusting. Corporations are adjusting. So what we want to talk about in this video is how you can actually go out there and beat inflation. So Justin, the short of it, what is inflation? I had to learn this. So I'm gonna give you Justin's interpretation of a very simple version. The cost of everything going up, but your income staying the same. How many of y'all have experienced that, all right? I was literally just talking to some friends recently. They're like, bro, gas prices are going up. Everywhere I go, gas prices are up. Now people are renewing their leases and their rents, and rent's going up by $500, $600 a month, but income is staying the same. And so here's what most of us don't interpret. What's happening is this, as a pay decrease, but that's actually what's happening, right? It's, look, rent goes up by $500, $600. Gas prices go up, so now you get an extra $150, $200 added to your monthly expenses. You just got an extra $700 bill, but your expenses your expenses are now higher, but your income didn't change. So let's say I'm making $2,000 a month or $3,000 a month. My expenses used to be $2,000. Now I got an extra $700. Y'all, my cash flow is short. So we want to talk about in this video a couple ways that you, as the entrepreneur, you as the leader, right? You as the person in the world can outpace what's happening to inflation. So one of the things we teach people is actually this is one of the best times to invest, but you've got to be able to find the money to invest, okay? And so let's talk about that. When it comes to investing, you got to invest your money into something or anything that's outpacing what's happening to inflation. That's why just leaving your money in the bank account is not enough. In fact, I want y'all to understand this. Your savings account at the bank is not paying you anything, but your savings account is the bank's investment account. Right? They need you to leave your money sitting someplace they can go out there and they can invest it and get a return. What we got to show you all how to do is put your money out there in places so you get the return and stop giving it to the bank. So how do we do that? Number one, I want you to start focusing on increasing your cash flow. Okay, well, what is my cash flow? Because most of us, we focus on income, which is, look, income is very important, right? Especially in a time like this, very, very important. But here's what you got to do. You got to get more cash flow. What's the difference? Income is how much money you make. Cash flow is when I get the money, how long does it last? So think about it, as you're getting the money coming in, is it in and out? It comes in, you pay a bill, right? I tell people, they're like, hey, they're like, man, I get paid every 2 weeks. They work 2 weeks, and they get paid. And then they go pay what? Bills. And they work another 2 weeks, and they get paid. What do they go pay? Bills. So I tell a lot of people, a lot of times they're not getting paid, their bills are. What we gotta do is we gotta help you get your cash flow right so that you can start paying yourself. How do we do that? We gotta lower some expenses. Right? This is where you got to cut some stuff that you don't need anymore. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know the companies that you're subscribed to. Listen, I got a clothing line, so I hate to say this, right? But look, you might need to unsubscribe from the places that you know you fall short to from all the time. Like you got to protect yourself from yourself. I don't know. Think of a clothing store. Maybe it's shoes. Maybe, you know, lately I got into the sneakers app, right? Maybe you just need to uninstall sneakers app for a little while, or one of your favorite clothing lines, or maybe it's Netflix, maybe it's Hulu, right? Some of your friends logging in, they sharing it. Like, listen, you gotta sit everybody down. Listen, everybody need to contribute because I've been paying this for the last 5 years and I cannot do that because it's killing my cash flow. Why? Because every little dollar that you're spending in places that are not necessary right now, you're taking away from your ability to invest. You know, we've all been told that your network equals your net worth. And in all my years in entrepreneurship, I've never seen anybody really teach it. You know, a lot of times people look at me and they look at my circle of friends, they look at my circle of mentors, they look at the people that I'm around. They're like, man, how did you go about building that network? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's a skill set that has to be developed. And I literally put something together to teach you how to be able to make the climb as an entrepreneur, as a leader, or someone that's just trying to grow in their influence. Somebody that wants to grow their community, their leadership, their income, their mindset, or their brand. Guys, click the link in the bio for the description. Click the link in the bio. That's Instagram talk. All right. Check the link in the description so you can get access to that course and start learning the skills necessary today. How do I attract the people, grab the influence, and grow my brand, scale my personality so I can get the results that I want? All of that's there. Click the link in the description for more details and get access to it today. Number 2, start a side hustle. You gotta start a side hustle, guys. Start a side business. Entrepreneurship is one of the best ways to outpace what's happening with inflation. Why? Because entrepreneurs don't have to absorb inflation. We pass it on. We just talked about it. The company said, listen, we're not gonna eat this. Cost of everything's going up. We're not gonna pay for this. Our customers are. See, as a business owner, when your cost goes up, you just go up on your customers. If you're a hairstylist and the stuff that you're using to do everybody's hair, hey, my cost went up, yours went up. Restaurants, if the farms raise the price on everything, they're like, yo, we're not paying the extra money for this milk. We're passing on to the consumer. But here's the challenge with most of us if we only have a job. Now, I don't knock jobs, right? We'll talk about that a little later in a different episode. I think jobs are very important, but I think it's dangerous to only have a job because as just an employee, when all this stuff is happening around to us, you can't go to your job and say, listen, man, gas prices went up. My rent just went up. Groceries are costing more. I need a raise. They're gonna be like, listen, we need you to raise up out of this office and go back to work. That's what they're gonna say to you because that's not how it works. But businesses, they can beat inflation because one, they can pass inflation on, and then they can always go out and earn extra money. So how can you do it, man? Listen, study, get some skills, learn how to market, learn how to sell, become an affiliate. Network marketing, direct sales. Find something that you can market, find something that you can sell, find something that you can create that can allow you to go out there and earn some extra money on a part-time basis so the inflation doesn't just keep beating you up. You can learn how to beat inflation. And then you can take this extra cash flow that you're now getting and don't spend it, but we invest it. Why? Because when times are rough, it is the best time to invest. The challenge is when it's the best time to invest, our cash flow is the smallest. We have the least amount of extra money. But if you use this time and you go bust your butt, get the extra hours, start an extra business, and then take that money and all the companies that are worth a lot, but they went down because the market is down, you invest into them. And then when the market rebounds, which it always does, your money 2X's, 5X's, 10X's, there will be so many millionaires created out of this recession. It is going to be amazing. And it can be you if you get smart with your money. Don't try to be cool. Don't try to be fly. Don't worry about what's happening in the world. What I'm teaching everybody is this: focus on your economy and you won't have to worry about the economy. So listen, we just gave y'all a play. Go out there and run it. We'll see y'all. Did you get yours yet? You know, the uniform for entrepreneurs all across the world, New Age CEOs. Go to newageceos.com. Make sure you get your uniform. Make sure you get your gear and represent all around the world.